One rookie defensive back continues to stack days at Cowboys training camp, and now his name is starting to get more and more buzz. Even Trevon Diggs commented on the rookie's performance, tweeting, "Another one." Dallas has hit on a few really big cornerback pieces in the draft over the past couple of years. Trevon Diggs in the second round, who led the league in interceptions in 2021, DaRon Bland in the fifth round, who led the league in interceptions in 2023, and then broke the record for the most pick sixes in one season. Just hitting on those two guys has completely changed the dynamic of the Cowboys defense. Now imagine if they hit on another really good corner. That's what we're going to talk about in today's video. Let's get into it. Caelen Carson is a name that we've been hearing about day after day through these first few practices, and for good reason. He had a play like this during the first few days of training camp on a Trey Lance pass, where he had airtight coverage on the receiver, he turned his head, found the ball, and then won above the rim for a pretty crazy interception. Plays like this from a rookie corner are very impressive to see at training camp. We know very well as Cowboys fans, some rookie corners come into camp and struggle right off the bat and never quite figure it out, especially guys that have been taken later in the draft, not being able to get their heads turned around, struggling to find the ball. Kelvin Joseph is one that I can remember most recently. But Carson seems to be doing well when he's been tested so far. Has he been perfect? No. He's given up plays. He's been beating some one-on-ones. That happens to every DB, even guys like Bland and Diggs. And Carson seems to have a very short memory because he's also won quite a few reps as well. And we'll take those wins, especially with a young guy, and especially when they're wins like this. Once again, sticky in coverage on this slant route, suffocating the wide receiver, and then making a play on the ball to knock it away for an incompletion. Watch him run this route for the wide receiver during this one-on-one drill. This is against Tyron Billy Johnson, who has had a great camp up to this point and someone that we've talked about on this channel. Against Johnson, Carson starts with outside leverage, but once he's in a trail position, he switches to the inside. Johnson is going to try to sell the breaking route to the outside, but the rookie doesn't bite and stays on his hip. Now, this is what I like to see. Carson's going to turn his head around to try and find the ball after the route break, but he's so tight in coverage, the receiver can't even see the pass. Incomplete. And we've seen reports that he's making plays like this consistently day over day, stacking good practice on top of good practice. Like I said, he hasn't been perfect, but he's showing you flashes that you want to see from a fifth round pick. People felt like Carson slid a little bit and you got a steal in the fifth round, and he's pretty much showing that that was true. Guys, my next episode of the Double Move Show, my exclusive show, is currently live on the Autograph app right now. Autograph brings the best content for your team into one place. A free app that rewards you for what you already do. Ticket giveaways, jersey giveaways, exclusive deals for Autograph users, everything you need as a fan. To watch my exclusive show, it's 3 very simple steps. Download the Autograph app, sign up with my code DEMBOYS, and join the Dallas Cowboys feed. I'm so excited about this opportunity as a Cowboys content creator on an app that just continues to grow every single day. The link will be down below in the description and the top comment on this video. Now, let's get back into it. Coming out of Wake Forest, Caelen Carson wasn't much of a ball magnet. In 28 games in college, he had just 2 interceptions. He wasn't known for being a guy that's just going to rack up interceptions. And he's been a corner that relies on physicality, being sticky in man-to-man coverage, and being a plus tackler. And based on what we've seen from training camp, that seems to be true. He's been very physical in his one-on-ones. He's been sticky in man-to-man coverage. But what he seems to have improved on is being able to turn his head and make a play on the ball. Because if we know one thing about Al Harris, the Cowboys defensive coach, he can turn a guy into a ball magnet pretty quickly. For reference, Bland only had 2 interceptions at Fresno State before the Cowboys drafted him back in 2022. Bland has had 14 interceptions since then. And it's not really even about the interceptions. For a lot of NFL corners, especially younger guys, it's hard for them to be in a position where they can turn their heads, find the ball, and then make a catch. The first two steps are obviously the most important. If you get the interception, that's cool. But most guys struggle to even turn their head around, much less find the ball and then catch it. That's why I put so much stock into Al Harris and what he found in Diggs and Bland. He has helped them get to the point of being able to consistently play the ball. Like I said, it's not really about catching it, although that's really awesome. Making sure you're playing the ball. It cuts down on pass interference penalties. It gives you a better chance to create a turnover. And for Carson, as a rookie, if he can consistently find the ball in coverage, he's gonna be a problem. And we saw it on that interception from Trey Lance. He's working downfield, he trusts his technique, he turns his head to find the ball, he does find the ball, and then high points it for the interception. That's all three things that you wanna see a young corner put together, and it gives you hope for 2024. Now, I'm not claiming that Carson's gonna be the next all-pro corner, he's gonna be the defensive rookie of the year, but all of these things are good to see from a young guy that could see legitimate snaps this year if something were to happen to your top three guys. Of course, we're not hoping for an injury, but it's always a possibility that he has to play more than you anticipated. I mean, let's be honest, would we rather see Carson or Scott? So far, Carson's camp performance has been good enough to make you feel a little bit more comfortable with seeing him on an NFL field in his rookie season. I mean, it's not unheard of that a fifth-round rookie corner comes in and makes plays. Hello, DaRon Bland. Another cool thing about the rookie corner is I think you're getting a guy that is completely different from other corners you already have in the room, both in play style and overall personality. I'll explain. Diggs and Bland aren't really known for their physicality. They can be aggressive when playing the ball, but as far as shedding blocks, wrapping up, making tackles in open space, and then letting everyone in the stadium know about it, that's not as much their game. Carson is very different in that way. He's a very willing run defender. He makes quick reads and pulls the trigger to get downhill. He has an eye for the ball. He can get off blocks and make those gritty plays that you like to see from a corner. He's also a guy that's going to be very physical at the line of scrimmage. He wants to get in the receiver's face, jam at the line, play physical in man coverage. He has a very competitive nature to his game. And I'm not saying that Diggs and Bland aren't competitive, but people would say that Carson has that dog in him. And I think you can see a little bit of that in his scuffle with Brevin Spanford in one of the most recent practices. I just think it's hilarious that Carson is 6 foot, maybe 200 pounds, and he's over here testing Brevin Spanford, who stands at 6'6", 260 pounds. And some would even say that Carson won this exchange. I don't know. I'm not a UFC channel. Somebody score that fight for me down below in the comments. I really made this video to tell you, please watch every single Caelen Carson snap that you possibly can during the preseason. I promise you, you will see that physicality. Hopefully it doesn't boil over into flags or pass interference or holding penalties. But when you have guys like Al Harris and Mike Zimmer who are known to be DB whisperers, I have a lot of hope for a guy like this, playing legitimate snaps, playing well, and the Cowboys potentially hitting on another late round corner. And if this video gets enough likes, I promise I will post a video of Caelen Carson, every snap from his preseason debut, the all 22, what he looked like, what he did well, what he didn't. So make sure you like the video. Also subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a single thing from training camp. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Bye.